Okay, that's where the tailings came out. That's where the processing took place. And that's where it dug up. Or what I should say is that's where it dug in the ground, in the thawed ground, those big buckets. That's where it processed, get the gold out, and dump the tailings out. Quite a big piece of machinery. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hike over here. We'll just have a view of the lovely landscape here. That's one thing about Nome is it's just littered with parts. Parts of gold dredges everywhere. Big gold dredges, little gold dredges. There's gold dredges everywhere. Some people are making the good money too. Out there mining on the beach. Mining in the water, the shallow water. It's only about 20 feet deep. Young, strong pups are out there running that hose, running them dredges. Some boys are taking in an ounce a day. Making an ounce a day of gold. Work long and hard. Right now there's a big storm coming in from Siberia. Siberia is only 164 miles from here. Big storm's blowing in. You can see that by the way the sky looks. Plus the ocean's getting all churned up. There were 17 dredges out there in the bay this morning when it was real calm. Now the storm's coming in and the water's choppy. So they've all come into port to wait the storm out. Those boys are just hanging out on the dredge drinking beer. That's all they're doing right now. Look at that massive drawworks up there. You can hear the scraping.
I got gold fever.
This boy's got gold fever. He's here from Canada working on a core sampling operation, and he's given the core sampling operation 8 hours a day, but he's got that gold fever. He's out at night digging. He's going to take that back to the bunkhouse and sluice it out. Me, I'm the expediter. Well, until Wednesday, then I go home on R&R. Drive around a truck all day, getting stuff for the core sample operation. Look at the size of that right there. How'd you like that big thing coming at you? Digs in the ground there, well it used to. Picked up the gold, bearing ore, brought it and dumped it inside and sluiced it out. That big wheel there is an easy 8 feet in diameter. Let's get up a little bit closer to it. Buckets are probably 3 feet one way, 2 feet the other way. Maybe a little bit bigger. There's parts of this big machine all over the place. Right over that hill is just an absolute sea of pipe, thaw hose, boilers, everything. Everything to keep this big guy running. Everything about this machine is massive. And then over here you can hear that excavator scraping. They're scraping on the beach. All those folks over there are living the dream, the American dream, taking care of yourself. They've come to Nome, set up camp, and they're going to ride the storm out. Doesn't take a rocket scientist to see there's a storm coming. Look at that. Tent City. Look at everything over there. Boys, girls, drive and ambition. More tents over there. Tents over there. Right inside of this big machine here. We'll hike up here real quick. As you can see, there's a bunch of machinery there, pipe I should say, for this big machine support. That big beast, totally impressive. We'll hike over here real quick. You got some panning to do.
Yeah.
Head back to the bunkhouse.
Yeah.
Pan out a few flakes.
You betcha. A couple souvenirs.
Yeah, exactly. Of course.
Not gonna strike it rich off of one bucket of dirt, but
Well, possible.
you never know.
That's right. You gotta take the chance. You gotta stick your hand in the fire before you can get burned.
That's right.
Look at all this pipe over here. And these are old ancient drill rigs. Get closer to these boys. If anybody is living in Missouri who's watching this film, it says Keystone Driller Company, Joplin, Missouri, USA, the land of a million smiles. 3 of them lined up. And then this is pipe that brought water in to flood the pond that the big machine sat in. Or floated in, I should say. And then over here is just miles and miles of pipe, thaw rod. They jammed it in the ground, thawed the frozen ground, so the big machine could dig easier. Miles and miles of pipe. Piles of it everywhere. All over Nome, there's just piles of everything. You name it, there's piles of it. And over there is another tent. Someone camping out in the midst of an ancient operation, trying to get their share of the gold. Right there. And there over there is a spool of the big cable that ran these machines. They're all electric. Electric motors ran everything. So we'll just pan around here, have one last look. The massive machine sitting there in the pond that it dug and floated in for years, worked in this area here. That's where it finally broke down one last time and the owners decided to leave it. Right beyond those piles of pipe is Tent City of the newcomers coming in to Nome to make their fortune. Drive and ambition. If you got some of that, this is the place to be.